What are we watching right now? Things are just getting worse by the day. This is turning out to be a fucking mess. And I really don't see a way forward. I don't see victory for either side. I really just don't. Every day when I turn on the news, things just seem to be getting worse and worse. I think we all need to be ready for some massive changes to everything. I mean, and that to me, that's on the low end. I think this war is about to very soon go nuclear, people. I really do. They're already talking about the Samson option, which is basically a nuclear option, which will be a domino effect. That's what we're facing right now. I don't know, man. This is definitely not going the way that our leaders and, our military complex anticipated. They didn't. I don't think they were ready for this resistance that we're watching happen. This isn't a in and out victory. People, look, man, this is getting bad. It really is. I mean, just watch the news. You'll see. We definitely have not obliterated or destroyed Iran's, fighting capability. If that was the case, then he wouldn't be issuing these warnings to them that they have 48 hours to open up the strait over there, or else. Those were the words, or else. What's that mean? What's or else? I mean, it doesn't mean that we're going to start bombing them. We've already been doing that. What is the or else? To me, that's a signal. That's a sign. That's a hint to this being escalated to a nuclear war, man. And it's not going to just end with some kind of detonation in Iran. There's no way. For all we know, Iran's got unofficial access to nuclear weapons. I mean, I don't think that is a hard or, far-fetched conclusion to come up with. They're being propped up by, North Korea, China, Russia. I mean, they're all nuclear powers, and definitely they're going to defend their interest and their safety. And I think that's what we're headed to. Just with all the new, every day there's more headlines, more developments that just point us right to that very real reality of like a mutually assured global destruction. Global. I don't think that we live in a time frame where we can feel comfortable and cozy and secure behind our borders. I mean, with the technology that we have right now, the whole world really has access to. I don't think oceans and distance really kind of dictate, the ability of these weapons hitting us anymore. I think that we're facing that. And at the very least, I think we're facing a much worse than we see right now economic collapse, an economic disaster, and that's coming. I mean, over there in that Middle East region, that's the hub of our energy globally. All these oil refineries and infrastructures are being decimated every day. Our natural gas facilities, they're gone, and they're continuing to eradicate and obliterate what's remaining. I mean, that is going to affect everyone. The ability to disperse food and supplies, and it's far-ranging. The result and the effects of this, what we're watching right now, it's the implications, people, are very dire and enormous, and the media is not really laying that out for you. I mean, but we don't need them to. I mean, just open your eyes. You see what's coming. A massive world war, World War III. That is. If we're not already there, it doesn't have to be official or a declaration. I mean, I see it. I'm sure most of you do too, but I just think that it's time that we need to, be ready for this. Something big is coming our way, and we're right at the beginning of this. It definitely don't end in Iran. That's not a reality. This doesn't end here. This is going to be a very broad And in my opinion, planet encompassing conflict it's going to do massive destruction to humanity. I mean, I know that sounds dire, but help me understand or see a more positive outcome. I don't see that as being in the cards. I don't see any kind of diplomatic or political resolution. I just don't. This war is being fought over things that I don't think there's a possibility of a negotiation or compromise. It's being fought over, religion, belief structures, culture. I don't think that there's any side, either side. I don't think any one of us, or like I said, either side's going to submit or compromise or negotiate when it comes to, well, everything that these people or we, the West, are. I mean, it's not a winnable conflict. It's definitely a losing battle on both sides. And unfortunately, I think it's going to impact and affect every single person on this planet. I mean, at some point, in some form or fashion. And I think it will definitely hit us hard, in our pockets, in our wallets. It's going to definitely erase the ability to sustain and provide for, our loved ones. And it doesn't stop there. I mean, it's going to definitely escalate to, in my opinion, and I don't think this is a far-fetched or, unimaginable result. I think this is going to end in a planet-wide destructive world war that will be fought with nuclear weapons. I mean, I think that's in the cards. I think we're watching the lead up to that right now. Actually, I think they're hinting to it to prepare us for it, to condition us for this mind-blowing, world-shattering, destructive sequence of events that is, in my opinion, right on the horizon. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I do. I'm not cheerleading or applauding this, but let's not be foolish and naive. Let's notice what we're watching here. I mean, it doesn't seem to be getting better or coming to an end. I just don't see that. Saudi Arabia just, issued a warning that they're about to enter this fight, which, again, that's the beginning. I mean, the rest of these countries are just going to come rolling in, and it's going to be an all-encompassing world war. That's what we're watching. That is exactly what we're watching. Call me crazy. Call me a fearmonger all you want. Call me, some sort of crazy crackpot. At some point, what I'm saying will be validated because that is the direction that we're heading down. And I don't know. It's time to get ready. All of us. What that looks like is probably something different for everyone, but whatever that is, whatever your vision or your flavor of preparedness is, I mean, it's time to start putting that in motion because it's coming, people. This is just the beginning. It doesn't end here. We're not nearing any kind of, end to this, conflict. This isn't, it's not going to stay regional. It's not going to stay over there. We're already seeing, we're seeing drones over our Secretary of War and our Secretary of State's residences that they say they don't know where these drones are coming from or who's manning them or who's controlling them. That right there tells you that we're vulnerable to some sort of outside attack or conflict. I think it's in the cards. I think that we're past any kind of point of quelling this or any kind of point of return. I think we're past that. We're at the beginning of something massive, world-changing for everyone, all of humanity. I mean, like I said, I think everyone on this planet will be impacted by this. And I don't think it stops at economics or financial. I think conflict, actual physical conflict in our communities. It might start with sleeper cells, which, come on, I mean, that's getting to a point where it's not safe to send your kids and your loved ones out here in, our communities for, everyday events and chores, basically. I mean, that's becoming a risk, just that. But I think it's going to even get much bigger than that. I think we're going to see actual wartime conflict inside our borders. I don't know. I mean, I would love to see a alternate or an alternative conclusion, but I don't think that we're gonna. I think it's time to be ready for the worst possible, eventuality. And I don't think it's a stretch. I don't think that you can possibly think that this is a stretch. Just look at what we're hearing from the people fighting this war, the leaders that are conducting this conflict over there. Every single one of them are, alluding to or hinting to the fact that this is a unwinnable war. I mean, it's religious. We have platoon leaders in the United States Army, platoon leaders and commanders telling our troops that this is a war that is ordained by God, that it will usher in the second coming of Jesus. Whether that's true or not, and it might be. But you're instilling into these young kids that are going to be fighting this war, and we're sending troops over there right now, so boots on the ground it's not possible. I think it's inevitable. I think it's a very real and inevitable, turn of events, and that's going to be absolutely just catastrophic right there. But they're sending these young, impressionable kids who trust their commanders. They're sending them over there with the ideal that, push everything, any kind of self-perseverance or any kind of fear, put that to the curb and fight this war above any and all costs. That's a recipe for disaster. And these other countries are doing the same thing. Israel, they're coming out publicly saying that this conflict's going to usher in their Messiah. And Iran, same verbiage, same language is being told to their citizens. We're facing like a reckoning. And I think this is the start. It's not coming to an end. No victory is going to be achieved on any side. I mean, this is the beginning of a decades-long, if ever, an end. We might not see an end to this war. I mean, planet-wide devastation. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that I'm being overdramatic at all. I think that I'm being very realistic. I think everything I'm saying is grounded in a unfortunate reality. I mean, do you see another possible way forward? I don't. I just don't see that. I just don't, especially with this Samson option that Israel is publicly declaring that they're definitely, it's not off the table. They're contemplating using the Samson option, which is, like I said, that's a nuclear detonation. That is a nuclear, that is heightening this conflict with the use of nuclear weapons. And if you don't think that that's going to broaden this war and bring in all these other countries, I mean, that to me, that's being naive and honestly stupid. I mean, these other countries over there, especially the East, that whole culture, it's a separate civilization. It's a separate mindset over there. The fall of Iran is definitely a detriment to their interests, and they're going to join. And everyone that matters, all these countries that count, these big superpowers, they all have nuclear weapons, and they're going to use them. They're going to defend their interests with the most extreme nuclear might that they have. It will be a domino effect, and that is what we're facing right now. It's a matter of time. So, like I said, the days of feeling comfy and secure, I think that is past tense. It's time to be ready. Be ready. All of us, be ready for this. I don't know. I'm going to leave that here for today. I mean, maybe just for now. I mean, I'll probably be back today because every time that I'm done doing one of these updates and I turn on the news, there's a whole list of new developments, and we keep falling down this catastrophic dark chasm of destruction, man. I mean, it's a sad day to be alive. I mean, this is the human nature is so extremely faulty and flawed. The ability to communicate and function and tolerate each other, that is gone. And we're seeing the climax of that right now. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing that come to a head. And the only outcome I see is dire and dark. So, like I said, it's time to be ready for this and be safe. You know, get your plans together. Talk to your family, get a plan. And like I said, get ready. So until next time, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, help me out. I'm brand new here. I need your help. And let's watch this together because it's definitely coming. So until next time, thanks for watching.